Coach was just talking about the consistency you've started the season with. Do you feel something different in your game? He said you kind of look more confident and comfortable. Do you feel that too?
Yeah, I feel good. I think I learned a lot from last year and missing so much time. Obviously, it sucks so much, but kind of tried to take it as a learning experience. And I think it's been a good start. Definitely some stuff that we want to build on and get a little better at. But yeah.
What specifically did you learn last year when you were in there?
What's that?
You said that you had a lot of time to sit there and learn and like figure things out. Is there anything specific that?
Not really. I think it's just like a different perspective. Like when you're in the game, you just see everything differently, and sometimes you just get too in it. Obviously, being injured is not the way you want to get that different perspective, but at the same time, you just gotta take it for what it is, and you just see the game from kind of a wider view and see some spots, and also it's just so much time kind of with yourself. Like you're isolated from the group so much, and it's just like a lot of time to reflect and talk with people, talk with your family, all that stuff, and I think that's kind of helped me just overall perspective.
What about the line as a whole? You know, Kell's got 8 points, Schmaltz has 7. You've got a handful of points as well. Does it feel different out there for you guys, or what's really helping you guys click?
No, I think we had a great run 2 years ago. We kind of went on a stretch there where we're all playing together, building chemistry. Obviously, last year I missed a lot of time, and when I was in, we were kind of in and out. I think we had a pretty good start last year as a line. So I think it's just kind of building off that, and also I think we all work on our games a lot, and those two are stars in the league, but they're still continuously working on their game to get better and find an edge. So I think it's just a culmination of growing that chemistry we had in previous years, and also each of us as individuals trying to get better.
Away from the play, just as technically a new team, I know you guys worked together last year, obviously, but just building tradition and culture for a new franchise, what's that been like? Do you guys have anything new that you're doing as a Utah team that you didn't do in Arizona? Pre-game, post-game, that type of thing?
It's a good question. I think like we do like the game ball with the basketball is obviously.
Where did that come from?
I don't know how it really started. I think kind of first wins, obviously, when you give it out. It's not really a preseason thing, so obviously some of the Jazz guys were there after. Ryan Smith was there. I don't know if that was like a thing the guys came up with beforehand, or it was just kind of a spur of the moment.
Did they give you the ball, the Jazz, or?
I don't even know. I wish I knew how that came together. I think like the cool thing, first home game, first win, we were able to give that puck to Ryan, which was really cool, just with all he's put into making this work. And it's honestly like, I think everyone's probably said it, but it's crazy in 5 months what they were able to do, and everyone behind the scenes. So it's just special to kind of give our little bit of thanks there for that moment. I'm trying to think of other like.
Is Tipsy the victory song?
yeah.
Is it just because he played the concert the first night, or?
I think so. I think it was something to do with that. I think a lot of that stuff is less like premeditated than it maybe seems. It's just kind of spur of the moment, and then you try to stick with it for the year. But yeah, that's what we're running with for now.
You talked about how Schmaltz and Kells are stars. Obviously, Keller's a 4-time All-Star.
Yeah.
What makes him an All-Star? Like, what does he do out there on the ice? Maybe the little, obviously he's scoring goals, he's getting small kind of detail things does he do so well?
I think like his hockey IQ is so elite. I think it's hard to find like a hole in his game. Obviously, everyone sees him as an offensive superstar, which he is, but at the same time, like he's you can trust him in the D zone. He's such a smart player that like coaches, everyone's confident when he's out there against anyone, and you want him in those situations. He'll play 5-on-6 at the end of the game. So like I think the overall game, something that's maybe not highlighted as much with him always, but I think it all starts with kind of his hockey IQ and his skill sets. Obviously, it's like world class, but I think really what makes him so good is his hockey IQ and his competitiveness.
What's the message around like team defense right now, like with all the injuries and young guys coming up and guys playing bigger roles and stuff? Not that you're a defenseman or anything, but everybody has to chip in. What's kind of the message around the team there?
No, I think it's just defending as a 5-man unit. Obviously, sometimes you look at the D-man, you're like, oh, whatever, people think it's just their job or whatnot, but I think it's all like kind of, especially now with how teams attack as 4-man units and the movement in D zone, it's kind of all that 5-man collection that you need to be an elite defending team. And I think the guys who came in obviously with those injuries have done a hell of a job, and it's just communication, getting everyone comfortable and on the same page and having the same reads.
Are there 2 or 3 things that you could point to that really helped you guys with this hot start?
No, I think we're just dialed in. I think we had a good training camp. I think that's obviously huge. We were locked in from day one, and I think that just gets everyone on the same page. I think obviously it helps when you bring in guys who have brought in 3 Stanley Cup champions who know the importance of kind of the details, and that just expedites the process of any of those in-between things. You look at some teams like some reads are a little slow at the start of the season, or communication. There's situations where you're giving up timely goals and stuff like that, and even like some of those games we did that, but just the resilience and bounce back we've showed, I think it's a testament to our leadership and kind of what we've been able to do so far.
What's the key going into tomorrow?
Well, Ottawa, they defend really well since the start of the season. They're really stingy on their rush against. They're de-skate well as well on their breakout. They're pretty good on their breakout. I think that will be a big key for us. And the other thing, on their rush, they make a lot of plays. They kind of hold on puck and make plays, so which will be a good test for us. After our game in Anaheim, we're not really satisfied about the way we defend against the rush. So I think we were good against the Bruins, but that will be a different challenge against Ottawa. They're more of a threat of the rush, so we'll see.
Do you expect a high-scoring game?
Never expect a high-scoring game. We can score high as long as they don't.
It's obviously early, but you guys are 4-1-1. Are there 1 or 2 things you can point to that have helped you with this hot start?
Well, I don't really have one point. I think we do a lot of good stuff, but we're so focused on trying to get better every day. So I don't really look at what happened in the last 6 or so. I'm looking more at how's our team right now and what do we have to do to be better tomorrow, and so on and so forth. I don't want to look too far back. What happened the last 2 weeks? What will happen the next 2 weeks? That's all stuff I cannot control. I don't have time for that.
Bit into the season now, just how do you feel like your team has created culture or tradition in an inaugural season? Hayton was talking about the game ball and kind of just making your own kind of traditions in Utah compared to Arizona.
Yeah, I think that those are the things who happen organically, and those are things happen over time. For me, culture, it takes time to build, and I think that team been together for a while, and those players start to have their own routine, their own little habits. But one thing I know is they talk about our crowd, they talk about the energy in town, they talk about how much they like to be around the city and how they like to live there. So I think that is what we're building here.
What do you remember about Liam in his junior days when you were with him?
A lot. As long as he doesn't remember too much of me, then. No, he's such a quality human being. I think, Liam got drafted by a team, Rimouski, who's French community. Played there for about a year and a little bit more, and he had a no trade clause, and we made a trade for it, and he accepted the trade, and he came in another French community, and when he arrived with us, he was already speaking French, and he already connect with the people, and it's the kind of person he is. It's unbelievable. He's really tuned in on his development, really tuned in on what he wants to be better. He has intention on everything he does. He's focused on the right thing. He's not working on just to work. You work on specific thing. It has to make him a player, and I think he made his way to the NHL that way. And since then, he built himself a lot of credibility.
How special was it to for you guys to like reconnect at the NHL level?
I think we like each other. And when I arrived in AZ, OB was free agent at the time, so I had a chat with him, and I think he knew what I thought of him. We had a connection, and he knew I will give him every opportunity. But having that said, he created those opportunities, and he earned everything he got. It's not like if I give him anything, it's a business. The way it's not a feel-good business. It's you need to earn it, you need to deserve it, and he did all of that. I just have a high level of trust for him.
You talked about wanting to do a rotation with Carconi and O'Brien in the fourth line. Is Yamamoto kind of making it harder to be a two-man rotation?
Yeah, absolutely. He made it. He had his chance last game. He made good on it, and he created even harder work for the coach, which is great.
Do you see doing a three-man rotation instead of two now, or how are you viewing that?
We'll see. We'll see with the time. I think we don't want to look too far ahead. I think Yami earned the right to be in the lineup tomorrow, so he will be in the lineup tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
Coach, obviously, with the newfound depth of this team and all the rotations going on, it can be easy for players to easily get frustrated with the lack of playing time. But how have you kind of seen this team? It seems like the team has gotten closer rather than become divided over playing time. Like how have you seen that over the past few games, especially?
You have two ways you can react to adversity or in competition. You can crumble or you can rise. I think our team rise. I think you see the competitiveness of those guys. They're good they're great teammates, but they want to play, and they will create a great energy in our team. And I think what's is good as well is the player in the room has such a high respect for those guys. They know those guys can play on a regular basis, so that brings the best out of everybody.
And also, in a long season like this, it's obviously difficult to stay loose. But you guys kept it loose a couple times during practice, having a couple laughs and whatnot during practice today. Like, how important is that to keep it loose during practice throughout a long season like this?
That's every day. We need to laugh every day. That's the way we like to do our business. I think my whole thing with the player, I always say there's the person and there's the player. The player is all business. It's what you have to do to be better, what you bring to the team, etc., etc. But the person, it's a personal relationship. I always say when I walk in the lounge upstairs, is I like to chirp, I get chirp. That's the way it is. But when we get in the video room, now it might be business. Now it might not be as fun. But we get out of there and we go in the gym, and here we go. We're smiling again and we're chirping again. That's the way it has to be. It's not because it's the best league in the world and it's extremely competitive environment we cannot have fun. We're serious about our business. We're really competitive, but we can do it with a smile.
What's the best chirp you've heard?
Sorry?
What's the best chirp you've heard?
I need to write a book on this one. I have a lot of those.
Give us one.
Oh, no. I don't want to be offline.
Keller's been great to start. What makes him an all-star caliber player?
Boy, his competitiveness. You watch practice today, power play was not so good. You saw how competitive he was. He doesn't, whatever it's practice day, it's morning skate, it's anytime. He doesn't accept anything but excellence. So that made me smile. That's the best coaching is always coming from the player. So when your best player or your leaders are raising the bar, that's what you want.